Here's a classic World of Tanks tank. When I think of World of Tanks, I think of the Löwe. It's probably the first big tank I ever saw in the game. I was like, ooh, what is that? And I couldn't penetrate it at all. It's because I was in a little tank. Now, in reality, it does not have that much armor. It's only 120 on the front. That's about the same as the Panther 88. So, for what it's worth. Interested to drive this tank. So once again, Game Fighter has allowed me into his garage kindly to try out some of these premium tanks that I probably will never buy, and get a chance to drive them. So this is not a review because I, once again, don't have time to really get myself totally acclimated. You're going to see the first 4 battles I've ever played in this tank. And the German heavies, the Tiger 1 is as far as I've gotten. So it's a playstyle that I am not well versed on, so I may just totally fall on my face and do terribly. But I'm excited to have the opportunity and have you guys along with me to see what it's going to be like. So let's go ahead and get what my impressions are of this tank. It is slightly lightly armored. The gun is the big thing. 234 penetration, 320 damage. Pretty slow rate of fire of 5, but that's not horrible. He's got a gun rammer in here. He does not have any of the gun laying drives or vertical stabilizers. Looks like it can mount a vertical stabilizer. I would say with these 2 items, you'd be doing much better than I probably am going to do as far as the tank is concerned. But this looks like a fairly new crew for him. So doesn't seem like he's run this tank a whole ton. And it's a Löwe crew. He's not using it for training. So, all right, so let's go ahead and take this guy out into the battlefield and see how I do. So the Löwe has a reputation as a sniper tank. It also has a reputation as being a quite slow tank, and we're probably going to find that out right now. Hull down, definitely. Oh, and it's one of those premiums that does see tier 10, so you don't get preferential matchmaking. This tank probably will be sticking around because, like I said, they're getting rid of all the tanks. I didn't say it yet, but they're getting rid of all the tanks that have preferential matchmaking. Supposedly, that's what the rumor is. The rumor is that these are all going to be gone except for the ones that don't get pref matchmaking. So the Löwe is going to stay. The T-34 is going to stay. We got a 10-second reload, much better than the T-34. And I'm sure with the vents we could get that down to the 9-second range, which is about the same as the IS-6. I prefer that faster rate of fire because I miss a lot of shots and often need. But going downhill, it's not too bad. We'll see what it's like going uphill. Oh. Great looking tank. I'll tell you what. If you like the look of the German tanks, like the Tiger and the Tiger II, this is a... It looks like, I don't know, like an elephant. That's what. That was my elephant impression. Definitely got good gun depression going on, just like the T-34. Much better. The IS-6 has none. But the IS-6 has got that armor. That's what makes the difference. I love my, Wallace bought me an IS-6. And by the way, Wallace, I'm doing better in it. So just so you feel better, I've been actually having some good games in it and winning, and my win rate's up above 40% now. I dropped down to like 30. But I was platooning actually with Game Fighter last night, and we had several really good games in it, and he was running his, and we were winning left and right. So that helped immensely. Man, this thing is slow. However, I am staying ahead of the other heavies. So we got a Tiger P and a Black Prince, and I'm kind of staying pace with them. So. There's the Panther. Don't see him. I don't think he's probably going to be on the other side of these buildings, so I probably will not ever see him. E50 is getting drawn out. Hopefully it's not a mistake. And he missed. Oh, M103. Yikes. So I would say probably the thing is going to be to use, if I can side scrape, which I'm not very good at. ST1.
Critical hit.
Can you hit him better, maybe? Nope. Uh-oh. Got a softies here. Oh, T-34 walloped him. I don't want to get in the middle of this thing. This is not a good place to be. T-30, what the heck, man? These guys are everywhere. Yeah. Oh, right through the building. Of course, it didn't do it. It was a module damage, so I have to back up here and try to protect my arse. This is not good. IS-6 is going to peg me if I pull out. Oh! I wasn't even trying to get him to fire, and he did. Oh, this gun I like. I do like this gun. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Not in the butt. Not in the butt. Not in the bow. Urgh. Well, I like the gun. I'll tell you what. The tank's kind of slow. That's the only problem. I'm going to try to get here where I can... Oh. Well, can only do so much against so many tanks, but... Wow. This has not been my night, man. I'm telling you. Where did all my support go? It's like, what are these guys doing? I guess the Tiger P was already dead, but oh, we lost the WZ. Yeah. Well, I did what I could. I definitely did a lot of damage. But, oh, look at our mediums, though. Look on the map. Here comes the cavalry. So, you know, like I said, that's my old adage. You know what? If you don't get all the help that you need, do your best to slow everything down and do as much damage as you possibly can, because the hope is that your team, the rest of your team, is good enough to pull it out, you know. And so here comes the cavalry. We've got like 8 medium tanks rolling into the city now. We should be able to handle this. Get that IS-6. Get the IS-6. IS-6. Get him. What? There you go. Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. You're going to die, but maybe not. He might survive, actually. Oh, no. Yeah. We even have a negative kill on our team. So, like my last review with the T-34, I'm going to start off strong. Hopefully we'll be able to remain strong. Got a spotter. Hey, wow, that's interesting. How did I get a spotter award? In one battle. Wow, that's pretty cool. I get those occasionally, but... Well, let's look at the reports. Yeah, 1580. Wow, my spotting. What the heck? Okay. I only did 1,200 damage, but brought home 63,000 credits. That's pretty good. Premium. 38,000 non-premium. That is an exact... If you watch my T-34 video that I probably released already, this is almost exactly the same as the score that I made on my first battle in that one. So, beginner's luck. Hopefully that's not going to be a cue for the future. But, yeah, you never know. All right, so let's go ahead and run this guy again. All right. Well, I got to say, so far, first impression, I hate the mobility. It's terrible. The gun handling is way better. Well, at least probably because of the reload speed, but I feel like I'm not doinking any shots, and it's really penetrating. And this one has less penetration, I think, than the T-34, but compared to the two, I like this tank better already. I don't know why, but I do. Definitely got no armor, so I don't know, but I like this tank, so we'll see what happens. The T-34, I didn't like it so much. I think the faster reload just helps you be more effective. I really, you could get, even where you could get that one faster, you could get this one a lot faster. So we're going to use our roly-poly head here until someone comes, and I'm not going to be the frontliner for sure. Thank you for knocking that down. Side swiped. Okay, they took it deep. They went deep. So we're going to poke around here and see what we can... I'm going to take it. Oh, lucky. ST1 hit me. Was it the ST1 that hit me?
Penetration. We fixed the track. Get going.
I wanted to get through there. Now, once again, mobility, that's an issue. If I was faster, I could have slipped through there, but because I'm big and slow, there's no go. Can't slip through. So here comes the KV-4. Yeah, this Tiger wants help. I don't know. This is not going to go well. We need more help in the city. Our heavies are all out in the field, and I'm gonna try to out-angle this dude, but I don't see him anymore. He disappeared, so. Yeah, see, this is just hard because you're so slow that you can't really effectively move up, you know? It's like, but yeah, look at that, right through the front. I never can penetrate E75s. 3, 2, 1, damage. Yeah, two hits in a row on the front of an E75. That is, it's good for me, you know? Good for me. Got this T-54 rolling through. Everybody's hitting the Black Prince. That's stupid. Go ahead and hit me. Oh, and he bounced. Look at that. All right, we need to back out of here because we're getting run over run. Oh my gosh, this team is like sucking bad. I gotta back out. That sucks because I gotta put my front out. You know, now I'm gonna try to get them in this position. There's nobody left to help though. Yeah, that was a tough nut to crack. Yeah, this sucks.
Track hit.
Yep.
We didn't penetrate their
Yeah,
armor.
he's just gonna. Oh, nice lag. Well, this sucks. It's over.
Everyone get out.
I'm not going to take that guy out for sure. Wish somebody else would have come around the corner. But, hey, you know what? Against the E75, I was able to tear that guy to shreds. And this guy, if he hadn't been so aggressive, but he knows that I can't really do anything unless I can get to that lower plate. So he shoved right up against me. Can't hit that lower plate. Game over. You can just sit there all day and smash me. So, but, yeah, I'm liking this tank, man. You saw all the things that I did. I bounced a shot. Lucky shot bounce from a E75 point blank and tore a bunch of other tanks up pretty good. So yeah, it's good. I like it. Wish we hadn't lost, but whatever. This is a higher tier game. Our team is obviously not up to par. It's Friday night, you know. That's what happens. The weekend comes, and while we're waiting for the game to end, here's my weekend theory. I'm going to go over this and see if you guys agree. Okay, so I'm an average player. I find that I do much worse on weekends than I do on weekdays. During the weekdays, I had this week, over the last 7 days, I've carried a 68% win rate. But I get here on the weekends, and I can guarantee you I'm going to be down in the 40s. And I think what the issue is this. You might be really good at being average. And during the week, mostly it's just crappy players that are on. So you can make a difference, and you're going to win, and you're going to do good stuff. But the weekend comes, and all these really good players get on. I do notice, you know, if you watch with XVM, you can see on the weekends there's definitely a lot there's worse players on, for sure. But there's also better players on that aren't playing during the week, guys that are working all week or whatever. And so here's my theory. We as average players are not good enough to make a difference if we get on a team that does not have, you know, a couple unicoms on it. Wait, hang on. Okay, so here it is. If there's a couple unicoms on the other team, and there's you and a couple other average guys on your team, you are not going to have the skills to pull it off. Doesn't matter how well you do personally, you just don't have the ability to overcome 3 unicoms on the other team. And I've seen that a lot if you watch XVM, and that's why I took it off, because I hated watching it. But you know, you can watch that happen where it just all of a sudden you're just completely overwhelmed, and that, like, you look on the other side, there's like 4 purple guys over on the other side, and there's a bunch of green and yellow on your side. It's like, well, how's this fair? Wait a minute. But that's how they do it. They match it up like that. So a lot of it has to do with the platooning. A lot of guys are platooning on the weekends, but I feel like during the weekdays you might have a relic guy here or a relic guy there, or, you know, whatever, you know, Otter, whoever. But they're by themselves, they're not going to make a difference. But they get on, you get these platoons on the other teams, or they just happen to hook up, you know, and like, oh, hey, these guys, they both know what they're doing, and they work together as a team, as you saw there, where the whole group of them pushed around. There was like 8 tanks that pushed around there and just wiped us out. You're not going to have the skill as an average player to stop that from happening, nor even a good player, I guess. I don't know. I feel like on the weekends there's way more better players and way more crappy players, and it just unbalances the whole system, and everything kind of falls apart. And you get those battles where you get run over in like 10 minutes, and there's not a dang thing you can do about it. There was nothing I could do about it to stop that from happening. I was shooting left and right and doing what I could, so I did kill the E-75, which was a tier 8 tank. The only tank I couldn't do anything against, I hit the Jag Tiger too. But the ST-1 couldn't do anything against him. So I was the top scorer on the team. I don't know how that managed that, but I did. 35,000 take home. Not bad for a loss. You know what? For that kind of crushing defeat. And the fact I only did 1,600 damage. Yeah. I'll tell you what, guys. I like this tank. Unlike the T-34, even though this tank has a lot of the same weaknesses that the T-34 has, this gun is way better. In fact, let's take a look at that, because I don't think I hit that in my T-34 review. T-34 gun has 248 penetration, 400 damage. The Löwe has less at 234, so it's about, what, 15, 14 less? It's 14 less penetration. But what the heck? I do better with it. I think the big deal with that is that, you know, this gun is more accurate. There's an accuracy thing that happens, whereas the T-34, you fire, if you're not aimed all the way, you're going to miss. This tank, I was able to wing a couple shots, and I still hit the target. So there's definitely an accuracy difference. And I think for me, if you look at my stats, and you can't see them here because I'm on Game Fighter's profile, I have a 70% hit rate. That's too high. Like, I think if you look at Unicums across the board, most of them have like a 50%, 55% hit rate. My hit rate is extremely high, but that's because I end up going for tanks that are more accurate. So, you know, I tend to like accuracy over brute force, I guess is what I'm looking at. The gun on the T-34 is definitely a brute force gun. This is more of a sniper action gun, and I like that style better. So, anyway. For what it's worth, I am liking this tank. Let's go ahead and run 2 more battles. Speaking of Otter, here we got some bunny players on our team. This is what I'm talking about. Here's a typical weekend thing. We've got some top tier clan guys. Actually, one of my guys from CS7E. Ha! I'm going to have to say hi to him. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Anyway, I'm part of... He's probably... Oh, that's right. I'm not logged in as me, so he's probably thinking, like, what is that guy talking about? I'm CS7AO, which is the... Oh, come on, guys. Let me out. The less aggressive, if you will. We play strongholds frequently. We do stuff together, but it's not as aggressive as, like, the E group is supposed to be our, like, competitive clan. They're the ones that get the gold. They're the ones that are out there, you know, taking part in the tournaments and stuff like that. Now, I don't know that they do real well, but it's a good clan. But the CS7, our guys, the AO guys, are more just like middle of the road guys, where we like to do strongholds. We try to be a little bit competitive, but we're not trying to beat the world. You know what I mean? It's like, this is just it's a fun thing. We don't have time to commit to like a full clan commission. So, but I enjoy it. It gives me an opportunity to play with some good players and nice guys. And oh man, come on. I'm ready for them to take, this guy's asking who's ready for Overlord. You know what I'm ready for? I'm ready for them to take some of these winter maps out, or get rid of the old map that's non-winter. Ooh, you can eat that. Ah, of course, he just goes right through. It doesn't even matter that I'm angled. bunny. There, BC-25 is off. So we're going to move out. The 131 is still out there somewhere. He probably is going to get a hit on me, but I don't care. Need to start. Oh, no, there he goes. The 132, I'm sorry. It's WZ-132. I'm going to put myself squarely in enemy territory. I probably will get overrun and killed by the bad chat, but we need to help out where we can. Okay, is he coming out there? That's a solid wall. I thought that was going to collapse, but nope. Was this guy out here? Oh, no! No, 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 no. Oh! Oh, dang it. Well, I'm pretty much done for. Hopefully I can get in here and... So, one of the downsides of this tank, of course, is that, you know, you see tier 8, 9, 10. And you're really not going to do much on this tier. I mean, oh, yeah, bad chat found me. I don't even know where he was. But, yeah, they just run you over. And that's what happens when you run up against the tier 10. So, I didn't get the fire shot, man. Well, I did, but I didn't get any shots hit, so... Yeah. Bad map for this tank, sort of. Though if I would have stayed back where I was, I definitely would have lasted longer. But to what end? I wanted to see if I could get in here and help out. And instead, I just got killed. So one more battle. So I did absolutely nothing that battle, and my score totally reflects that. Ugh, 0. Ugh, sorry, Game Fighter. Oh well, it happens. I don't really know where to go on this map. I'm one of the top heavies, so I suppose I should go... I'm going to get hit by artillery, though, I guess.
Time to roll out.
This map has changed so much. It's like... I don't know if the rule is to hold up at the top of the hill anymore. I know for a while that's what everybody was doing. I don't... Look at... Everybody went the other way. This is not... Well, no, we got a couple heavies coming this way, but... Everybody else went that way. The big tanks went this way. In general, here's this guy firing his gun in the Löwe. Can we assume noob? Playing like a donkey. Artie's already up and firing. T-32.
That one didn't go through.
Donked. Don't get behind me. Great.
Enemy is hit.
Now the Löwe can penetrate right through me, so that's going to be an issue. What? Great, I got a flood, I gotta go. Alright, so I got a little story for you, if I'm a little discombobulated. I got through 2 battles, actually I think 3.5. But we're just going to show you the first 2, and then I'm going to show you the next 2. Seth comes up while I was recording the next battle, and says, Dad, we got an emergency. And I'm like, what? And he's like, well, the kitchen ceiling just split in half, and water poured all over the floor. Now, you guys have to know all the financial stuff we've been through, right? So I don't have any money, but it's okay. It's not... I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking like a pipe has burst somewhere in the walls, and there's water. Well, it wasn't that, but we had just ourselves refinished our kitchen at low cost, because obviously with the money thing, I'm just like, great. I put in a laminate floor, like by hand. We had put all new tile backing up. I put in new countertops. My wife and I took apart all the cupboard. I'm just like, I can't believe after all that work that the ceiling just split open. Which it did, but we can fix it. It's just drywall. But it was just funny because I'm like, oh my gosh, and I shut the water off the house. Well, it turns out upstairs in the kids' bathroom, which is right above the kitchen, of course, that's where it's coming from, I'm looking at the bolts, I guess they're called Johnny bolts. Go figure. That hold the toilet in place. And the Johnny bolts, he bought something. I had him up to over almost 1.8 million. He's down to 620,000, so he must have bought a tank. Anyway, so it turns out both those bolts had rotted out, and so the toilet shifted, breaking the wax ring, and of course, so that's what's happening. So anyway, back to our review in progress. It's been an exciting weekend, but that makes me even more thankful to Tommy for allowing me to get back into his account and run these tanks again. So Game Fighter has been kind enough to allow me to borrow his account once again. He's not home today, he said. He won't be using it, so works good for me. So let's continue on. I am very much so enjoying the Löwe.
Move out.
It's not obviously an armored monster. It is kind of a soft tank. I guess in a way it plays like a very slow Tiger. I've never played the Tiger 2. I haven't gotten that far yet, so I'm imagining it's probably a little bit more like the Tiger 2. But if I'm not mistaken, the Tiger 2 is pretty mobile too. Tiger 2 has decent frontal armor. It's not great. The E75 has pretty good frontal armor too, though. As you saw, I think in that one battle that I showed you with this tank, I just went right through it with this tank. Didn't have any issues. So 200 and plus penetration seems like it's enough to get through the front of the E75. Here comes the Tiger 2 up behind me. And it's been quite a weekend. I don't know if you guys, I don't remember which video I proposed my winning on the weekdays, losing on the weekends theory, but true to course, my friend Dan came over. We played primarily tier 3 to 6 battles where I can really influence, I'm pretty good on those tiers, and even in my tank getting 5-6 kills, we still lost lots of battles. So I think I came out over the end of the weekend with a 44% win rate after 29 battles.
Enemy is hit.
That was interesting that he didn't, what's he doing? Was he just trying to get killed? T-69 should be able to blast his way through.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I'm just going to hang back because, once again, I don't have a lot of armor. These guys, interesting positioning on their part, but they thought, oh, we're going to show them.
That one bounced.
Yeah, front of the turret. This Tiger 1 is screwed. Now the Panther 88. He did, okay, he did. I was going to say, was that artillery? Great. Now this T-28 is going to sit there, so I can't get in. Well, so much for my position here. Super Pershing.
Repaired.
If I can help out here. Yeah. Back up, Pershing. Back up. Keep it coming. We'll let him around. See, and the Pershing has no idea that I'm even here. This is the problem with, I don't want to say new players, but he's got tunnel vision. For sure. And he'll hit me again, but it's okay. I don't care. I must have racked him. And we have the SG-152 right there. Man, our team has collapsed. This is not my fault for sure. In fact, we're all trying pretty hard here. Oh, and I whiffed that. So, that sucks. Even more.
Storage is hit. We're lucky it didn't blow. Truck hit. We lost the truck.
Well, they're going to find out these guys are here in a minute, but
Enemy armor is damaged.
by the time they figure it out, it'll be too late for me. Wow.
Vehicle has had it.
Can't do anything. Yeah, you know what? 5 tanks, got 3 tanks against 1. Not going to do much there. Especially fast movers like that in a tank that can barely turn. But, yeah. Wow, what a team. And this is what's going on the weekend, so I don't care what you tell me. It doesn't matter how good I play. Doesn't matter how good, like, even 2 guys on this team we're going to play. I mean, how are you supposed to change that? I can't do anything when 70% of my team did absolutely nothing during that battle. Look at the scoreboard. Look on the right side and look at the left side. There's something wrong with match. I don't care what people say about tinfoil hats and stuff. There's something wrong with Matchmaker that these kind of battles happen all the time on the weekends. There is something that they are not doing right or that they changed that has really messed up the Matchmaker, because this happens all the time. And it's just bad matchmaking. There's no way that they should have done what they did, you know, or like in this case, they gave them, I don't know how good R7 is as a clan, but they gave them a top tier game. And then we didn't have any platoon to match theirs on our side. It's just, but well, I kicked butt. Doesn't change my opinion of this tank any. I only bounced one shot, I think. We'll check. Yeah, see, the second highest score on the team. Actually, highest damage. Let's see, got a fire for effect and a bruiser. I damaged their big tanks. Pretty good, yeah. Seven hits, 8 shots, 1 miss, 7 hits, 6 penetrations, 1,800 damage. Blacked 700. Eh. Once I got surrounded, there's not a whole lot you can do in that situation, especially when you got 3 guys that are fast firing. It's going to be over pretty quick, and they tore me to shreds. And that's expected. $46,000 take-home pay. I tell you what, man, I really like this tank. I like I said, any kind of heavy tank would have been in major trouble in that situation. It went for me missing the SU. That sucked. I could have gotten a second kill with that SU-152. I should have waited a second longer for the gun to aim right, but I got greedy. So, all right, next battle. Looking at the scoreboard, I don't know if you saw that or not. They've got a top. I don't know what FTN is at, but here we have a top tier platoon. I guess we have one on our side too, though, but it's a two-man platoon. Be interesting to see what happens. Now we're going to see what happens. I'm going to try to head towards the hill, because the hillside really is where this tank will work best. But you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to go right up the middle. Yeah, you heard that right. Some of my best games in my IS-8 have been when I've covered the midsection. And I've actually gotten games in my IS-8, or not IS-8, IS-3. What am I thinking? I don't have an IS-8 yet. In my IS-3, where I've gone up the middle and gotten like 2,000 and 3,000 spotting damage. In a heavy tank. Getting a phone call. I'll talk to him later. It's our accountant from church. Nice guy. Jim Del Monte. He has always been kind enough to do our accounting for free. I'm sure he's got a computer question, so I will call him back after this battle. And then we'll do our little wrap-up. Looks like my wife called too and I missed it. That was, I don't know what time. So we're going to poke up here, play scout. Look, there are no scouts either. This is all heavy tanks. Now, I guess they said that they're going to be making some kind of heavy tank mode where, I guess, I don't know, the rumor has it. I hate that song, by the way. Nothing. Now this tank has excellent gun depression, as you can see there, so really the best use would not be here, it would be up on top of the hill, but I figured a lot of guys are already headed that way, so I might as well try something different here. Nope, I'm getting hit. Oh, yep, too high. Oh, what? What is this about? Perfect. Oh, I bet you Game Fighter logged on. Oh well. What are you going to do? So I guess that brings us to an end of our fun with the Löwe. Hate to leave it in the middle of the battle like that, but now we're never going to know what happened. Unrequited love, but I've tried 2 times now to finish this video, and both times I've had strange, odd things happen like that. And so I would imagine that my friend is logging in here, and we're going to get that. All right, so what I was saying was I've tried 2 times now to record this video, and both times I've gotten interrupted, so I guess I'm going to try to piecemeal something together for you. But the bottom line is this. I really like the Löwe. I am convinced that it's not the best tank ever, but for a premium heavy tank it's not bad. It is very slow. That is the one thing that you're going to notice. It is really, you're going to have to work on clutch braking. Probably would be good to, learn, what's the other one? The not smooth ride, road king. The perk that allows you to get less ground resistance, which allows, of course, your tank to operate faster. You might even want to try loading, oh wait, it's German, so you can't do Lend-Lease oil. But in general, it's, it's a slow tank. Big, heavy, slow tank. But it's a decent sniper. Oh, it means lion. I didn't know that. I didn't know Löwe meant lion. Cool. But yeah, I definitely would recommend it. It's these tiers 8, 9, and 10. So you're going to have tier 10 battles. Just suck it up. Good moneymaker. Seems to make great credits. So I think every single battle I made there, I made, at least 40 or 45,000 credits. And so, that's a good turn, compared to like the IS-6, which, on a good battle you might turn 60,000 credits. This one seems to do that a lot easier. Probably because the rounds are a little bit cheaper. But I do like this tank, and I do recommend it. And, if you, obviously you've seen between this and the T-34, I would way take this tank before the T-34. Trying to think between this and the FCM-50T. I don't know about that one. I really like the 50T. This has a better gun than the 50T, but the 50T has mobility. And I think in the way that the game has turned in modern day, since patch like 8.9 or whatever, mobility really is a big key. Being able to get in and out of different situations. And pardon me, I was coughing. And the slow and heavy tank is kind of a letdown when it comes to those kind of things. So I'm feeling like, if you're gonna pick a heavy, I don't know. The FCM-50T is a little bit better, but honestly, if you're going to go that route, you might as well save $20 and get the 80 AMX CDC, because the AMX CDC is the same thing as the FCM, but it's got a smaller frame and faster speeds. The armor's not as good. Not that the FCM has any armor to speak of, but it actually does trollishly bounce shots once in a while. I don't think you're going to be bouncing a lot of shots with the CDC, but the CDC has the same basic gun handling, so I don't know. But all that said and done, if you're going up the German heavy line and you got Tiger tanks and you're looking at like the E75 or the 45 or the 4602 and the 4502 and all those tanks, this would be a good crew trainer for those, and it's a decent tank. It actually, makes good money. It's not going to change the tide of battle, probably. Maybe. I've seen Löwe's, a good Löwe driver dominate the battlefield on a tier 8 battle. And when, I saw one guy get stuck by himself. Granted, it was a tier 8 battle, but he got the, was it Kobalanov or whatever, because he was able to kill the 6 remaining tanks on the enemy team all by himself. Now, they did kind of come at him one at a time. That helped. But he took out half the enemy team by himself. So, and not with help, like everybody else was dead. So, a good Löwe player can turn the tide of battle. So it's true of any tank, but this is a great tank. I really liked it, and I'm thank you to Game Fighter for allowing me to get into your account and use the tank. And he has one more that I want to try. He's got that T-34-3, and we'll see how that one runs when I get a chance to do that. I'll have to work that out with him. So because he said today he wasn't going to log in, but then I got disconnected, which probably means he logged in and found himself in the middle of a battle with less than full health. He's probably thinking, what the heck just happened? Well, Game Fighter, now you know what happened. If you logged in and you were on Malink, or is it Prokharova? I don't remember which. I think that map is called Prokharova, with the train tracks on the side, and you were missing some health, and you're like, why am I in the middle of this field and already in a battle? That is the exact reason why. So anyway, have a great afternoon, guys, and be sure to subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye.